Previously on Painters Guild.
We are back.
There's not many requirements to the show, but the one is that you have to paint.
You realize sometimes you're just saying words, right?
Oh man, you nailed it.
Welcome back to Painters Guild. We are here once again with Master Painter Bryan Merlonghi, and we are working once more on our Pathfinder Red Dragon from Reaper. Last week, if you remember, what we did is we started with the dry brushing. We then went into some of the level 1 highlighting, edge highlighting, detailing, that kind of thing. But we still got a whole lot left, so we're gonna jump right back into it. So, what's the plan?
So we're gonna focus on a couple more fine details, like the claws, the teeth, and the horns.
Claws, teeth, and horns.
All the nasty parts that you don't want any contact with.
The fun parts of the dragon.
Yes, and eventually then we'll get to the base. The base on this figure is just incredible.
Okay.
So we'll get to that, but let's focus on the smaller details
Let's do it.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna basically base coat again.
Again with the base
Just like everything starts with the base coat.
You got it. Everything starts with the base coat.
Everything starts with the base coat, yes. So for bone, I like to use, if I'm using P3 paints, I like to use Jack Bone.
Jack Bone.
Jack Bone's got this really cool, dark, aged bone, you know, like...
It's like a 70s rock star.
Exactly.
Jack Bone.
Jack Bone.
Gotcha.
Jack Bone, like smoking a cigar.
What? Why would a rock star? Forget it. Okay, what? What are we now? What are we looking for? Brush size.
Brush size, I would do a detail brush. So the one that I'm gonna use is fine hobby brush.
So like that.
Exactly.
Gotcha,
Yes.
gotcha.
Yeah, shake it up. We're doing that on all of the bone. So the horn here.
Okay.
Each individual tooth, right?
Each individual. So I have 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Every one of the claws.
Okay.
Right? And then the spines up here.
Okay. Where are you starting?
So I'm gonna start with a big horn on the front.
All right.
Because that is the most prominent area, and I added just a touch of water just to improve the flow.
You know what? Wait. I'm gonna.
You gotta keep it flowing.
I'm gonna dump. I enjoy the dump.
Yeah, the dump is the way to go.
It's probably not the best hashtag ever. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, we got new water here, so
we got new water to contaminate.
The most fun thing in the world, which is paint the water first.
Paint the water first.
Why is that so
is good. That's like a good
oddly
I got
satisfying.
lemonade, and you've got like a White Russian.
Okay.
Lebowski is my favorite movie of all time.
Well, okay, there you go.
It is the greatest movie of all time.
Well, no, it's not the greatest movie of all time, but it's good. So now we're doing the bone.
Yep, added just a touch of water to improve the flow. There is no magic science to this other than just trying not to get it on the red.
Have you ever finished painting a mini that you've worked a long time on and go, nope, I hate it, and started right over?
Oh, totally.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's gotta suck.
Oh, it's the worst. So each of the individual teeth, if you have any trouble with it, you can use the edge of your brush to run it alongside the teeth, like I'm doing
Like
here.
edge highlighting.
Just like edge highlighting, exactly. Man, this is just so relaxing.
To you,
Yeah.
to me, it's horrifying.
The little details are many, and painting each individual one is gonna be a nightmare, but the more that you paint, the more personality you will bleed into the figure.
What if the personality I bleed in is that of a bad painter?
You can pick and choose which details you want, to be perfectly honest.
Okay. Well, any mistake I make was a detail I chose.
Exactly.
For the record.
That's my life. My life is a series of mistakes that I explain as details.
That's the way it should be.
The more details you paint, the more personality he will have.
I like that.
And you can omit some. There's so many of these little,
What does your dragon do for a living?
He is a plumber.
Huh, interesting. Nigel's a CPA.
Really?
Yep.
What is a CPA?
A CPA, he's a certified public accountant. And he's not that bad at dragon, except around April.
Really?
Yep. But as he chews on people, he goes, "Arr,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can take your armor as a deduction."
Yes.
I'm onto the toes.
Yeah. I like the toes.
Oh, you're one of those, huh?
The toes are really where you add personality.
What?
Yep. It's all about the toes.
I think
I
you're
could spend
lying.
days painting toes.
That's not true.
Just one toe at a time. It was
a sitcom in the 70s, wasn't it?
one toe at a
One
time.
toe at a time?
Oh,
It's
totally.
one day at a time.
Yeah, no, one toe at a time. It's just about painting toes.
But a dragon who was a super in a building.
How did you know? You're
Do you even know the joke I'm
So-
making? Do you even know the one day at a time joke I'm making?
Definitely not.
Forget it.
Definitely not. All right, so my brush is kind of getting a little dry, and I'm doing a horn here that's bigger, and I'm like, I want to do this fast. So I'm going to add more water than I ordinarily would. With a little extra water, you can cover a lot more area.
Now, I have a question.
Yes.
Do I need to use the water?
You do not.
Okay, because I kind of like not using the water.
So
I
the
feel
water
it spreads better without the water
So
and coats more.
it will coat thicker without water. It will also coat stronger.
Then why use water?
Water is faster, and once you get good, water is very easy to control when you understand how the water works.
Like
you have
Neo in the Matrix.
Exactly. Once you really get inside the water droplet, you will know.
Yeah, again, you're just saying words again.
Then
These are just make-me-ups.
no, you really.
You can't get inside the water droplet.
Well, figuratively speaking, I have gotten inside the water droplet. You understand the flow of water, and then you can move it and kind of bend it to your will.
But again, why would you do that if it's just putting on thinner paint?
Because you want it to go faster.
So that's all it is, just a speed
It's
thing.
just a speed thing. But when you get into really awesome shading, which you'll probably learn in another episode, water really helps thinning coats so you can start mixing them.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's incredible. Man, it's starting to really come alive now that I see the horns and the claws and the toes, especially the toes.
Yeah, Nigel's happy. Let me see your toes. How much of your toes do you do? Okay, so
Like my real toes?
I'm doing the right amount. No, I don't need to see your real toes.
Oh.
Although you wear sandals, so I see them a lot.
I wear sandals. Sometimes I wear sandals and socks.
So you're a German tourist.
Yeah.
So wait, what else do we do? Oh, we're doing the tips up there.
Remember, yeah. So we can avoid this mohawky thing because I kind of like it red.
Okay.
I like it red.
But up here too, right?
Yep. Don't forget the little spines. The more you get, the better it will look. Okay. That is the rule of thumb.
But is that always the case? Can't
I'm
you
kind of
overpaint?
done. So you can definitely overdo a model. For instance, what we did on the beautiful stomach here, what we could have done was done that on every one of the scales. That would have overdone it.
Oh yeah. You mean the whole body?
The whole body. Now I think it would have looked cool, but the thing is because we've only done it on one area, particularly an area that's surrounded by dark, it really creates this pop and this vibrancy that I like to do.
Yeah, it seems like that would have been too much.
It would have been too much. So in that case, yes, you can paint too much.
So part of it is learning when to walk away.
Yeah, and
knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them.
100%. And the wings, I really like them black. Black, they're cool. And we could just stop there we don't even have to shade them, whatever. And really, getting good at painting is understanding when to push forward and when to just leave it as is. And each miniature will talk to you in a different way. That looks incredible.
How's that?
That is identical to me. Amazing. Now, I'm not that excited, though, because it's just base coating. So let's
thanks for popping my balloon. Hey, look at that beautiful balloon. Thanks for that.
All right, so looks like you're done. Let's move on to the mouth. The mouth's going to be really cool.
Okay.
So just
Washing our brush?
Wash your brush. Yep. In between every. Oh, now here, look what you've done. You've delved too deep.
Why? I'm not
Good
hitting the
sir,
bottom.
you have gotten water above the ferrule. Now on the anatomy of a
What does
paintbrush,
Will Friedle have to do with this?
the paintbrush here has a ferrule. This is the metal bit.
Okay.
Anything that gets above the ferrule will seep down in and destroy the brush.
Sweet. So don't go above
So
Will
don't
Friedle.
go above Will Friedle.
That's good to know.
Yes.
So what are we doing for the mouth?
All right. I'm thinking about doing this really cool murderous magenta.
Do I have murderous magenta?
I think you do. You should.
There we go.
The names, I gotta be honest, P3, the names are amazing. Murderous magenta,
That's why Friedel's tears or Will's tears are
Will's
gonna
tears has to be one.
What are we magenta-ing?
So I would do the entire inside of the mouth and the tongue.
The whole inside of the mouth?
Whole inside of the mouth. You don't have to do the roof of the mouth. If you
Don't
want to
do
be a
the roof.
completionist, sure. But
Okay.
for brevity's sake, just go in and do the bottom part of the mouth.
Are you going
and
straight from the
tongue.
bottle, or are you gonna?
No, now I'm going straight from the bottle. This is an old habit. The bottles, so GW and Privateer Press, GW's Games Workshop, both of their bottles are designed
To take it from the lip.
Take it, exactly. And this is called the reservoir.
See, but they put the tail right where they're making it
Well,
difficult.
I'm not cradling my miniature like a baby, like
Well,
an infant.
But even if you hold it like this, they're still all
I'm
screwy.
good. I feel good. Oh, this is cool.
Ah!
There it
I
is.
dropped the paint. See, this is why you put it in the thing.
It could not have been a better lesson. The whole reason palettes exist is for that very reason.
Thank you. Oh, look, it went right through.
Oh, look at that. That's a problem. Man, this is really looking good. Your handle is getting
clean.
just destroyed.
My what?
Your handle.
Everything's supposed to be covered in paint. You're too clean. How about that? You're too clean. Nobody likes a clean guy when you're painting. It's like the guy. It's
said
like
no
it's like
one
the barber
ever.
with perfect hair. You don't go to the barber with perfect hair. You go to the barber
Really?
with the hair screwed up. Of course. You've never heard the old analogy? There's
Well,
a town.
you
If there's a
can't do
town
your
with
own-
exactly. So if there's a town with two barbers,
Oh.
do you go to the barber with the clean, perfect place and the great hair, or the guy whose place is completely
You're
messy and
right.
messed up hair? You go to the guy because he doesn't have
Because
time
the
to clean his
other-
place, and the other dude had to cut his hair.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's a good point. But it only happens if there's more than one shop to compare them to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've been to towns where there's only one shop.
I know, but that doesn't help for the analogy.
It doesn't.
There's plenty of towns with only one barber.
There are.
There's that
That's
one
like
town
a
in
movie.
Minnesota, one town
There's like
barber.
that's a movie title. The Town with One Barber.
That would be an Anne Hathaway movie.
The Town with
And
One
it would just
Barber.
start in the dark with her on a train, like, I never really understood my life.
No, that's perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. That's the best start. Yeah.
No.
And
that's a
she never
horrible
gets off
start.
the train or goes into a town.
Then what? Oh, God. I can't.
Right?
I can't.
Well, it's artsy.
I can't do it.
It's
I can't
artsy.
do it. And I don't
Because
mind her. For the record, I don't mind her.
The
but her on
town
a
and the
train-
barber. No, the town and the barber are an implied metaphor for
How do you imply a metaphor?
unplanned pregnancy.
What?
Yeah.
You're, again, saying words. And when you put them in order, they form sentences and thoughts.
I feel like that's it.
I think we can get a better writer. Yep. I'm going to do the top anyway.
Now you're just doing that to spite me. You have to overachieve, don't you?
I don't. It's just I am a
ha-
completionist. That's one of the.
And you know what?
I'm a bad combination because I'm a completionist and an avid reader. And the
Yeah.
problem is I like to read fantasy novels. So if I start a book and it's
Yeah.
2,000 pages long and I
Yeah.
hate it within the 5 pages,
Yeah.
I not only have to finish it, but the other 8
that's
in the
terrible.
series. Yeah,
That's
it's horrible.
I
That's
feel
just
like that's a problem.
how I am.
Like that's a
I
problem.
agree.
So I missed a couple teeth, and I'm gonna go back and paint a couple teeth. I do not want him to be
Is
toothless.
that how it should look?
Perfect. Could not be better. Now,
So then I'm done. I guess I
So-
will just sit and wait for you to finish the stuff you missed.
this is the one you get. This is the one you get. All right. So now I think we've done all the detailing on the dragon himself. So now we're gonna paint the stone here. and
Oh, we're
gonna-
going to the base.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. We're gonna base coat it. So we're gonna level
No
up our
pun
brush.
intended.
No pun intended.
We are gonna get a
We're
bigger.
gonna
We're going a bigger
base
brush,
coat the
right?
yeah, just because it's a bigger area. So
How much bigger a brush?
I would go
Something
with
like
I think
that?
the work hobby brush. Yeah. See, I already got the names down.
The base hobby.
The base hobby works.
That's okay.
That's fine.
But should I go work hobby? Should I go a little smaller?
It'll help you with control. So
Work
I
hobby.
like to ride the balance of small and controlled with loose and fast.
It's a tough balance, my friend.
It is.
What's the base gonna be? What color?
So we've got two here. One is going to be our highlight color, and one is going to be our base. I'm going to let you decide which is the highlight and which is the base.
Well, I think this should be. I think the lighter is gonna be the highlight color, right?
Yeah, but that's the darker.
This is the darker. Wasn't this
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lighter because it's silvery?
That's the darker.
Really? I know you go dark to light.
Dark to light.
I just disagree on which one is which.
Now you're confusing me.
See, I would say that this is dark. That this is darker in color,
Yeah.
but it's brighter in color than that one is.
I think we're going to just go with this one.
Okay. What is that one?
I think we're going to go with Iron Hull Gray.
Iron Hull Gray.
Iron Hull Gray.
Iron
Yes.
Hull Gray.
Well,
I'm
let's
gonna
see.
put some in my palette and then close this and put it back.
I think you learned a valuable
I
lesson
think
here.
I did too. Oh wow. You know what just knocked that over? Karma. All right, now let's close this up.
So add a little water. The water helps it not only flow, but it also gets into all the little cracks.
Do you go water, paint, or paint then water?
Paint then water, always. Always, always, always.
And I screwed up. And how much are we painting of it? We're painting the
The
whole face
whole thing.
and go over the eyes too?
Yep. Now another way you could do this is by dry brushing, but we are trying to go beyond the dry brushing in this episode and doing actual detail work.
Are we painting everything on the ground?
Everything on the ground.
But not this part, not like the base. Just the
Yeah,
rock.
yeah, no, the base. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Everything
Everything's stone.
everything in the clip.
Everything in the clip, even the clip itself.
No, we're not painting the clip.
Well, knowing you, you're gonna paint the clip.
I'm not gonna paint the clip. You're gonna paint the clip.
I'm willing to throw money down on the fact that you're gonna paint the clip.
I don't think I am.
I know you will. I cannot wait to detail that face. That stone face is just the coolest thing in the world.
Have you ever done this mini before?
I actually have. I painted it a very different way.
Was it bright and happy?
It was a happier dragon. Yes.
Paint then.
It was
water. Paint.
pink, purple, blue,
Really?
and gold.
Really?
No.
Okay, because I can see you doing purple because you have a thing with purple.
I love purple.
You like the purple wash.
I love that purple wash.
Okay, so while we actually finish up this base coat, I had a really cool opportunity to sit down, well, Skype down, with somebody from Reaper Minis to talk about how they make their minis, how they come up with the idea for the minis, all that good kind of stuff. So check this out, it's really cool. Thanks, me. Man, it's so much fun watching myself. So here we are, and we are finally sitting down and talking to Ron Hawkins from Reaper Miniatures. How you doing, man?
Good, thanks for having us on.
Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for all the help you've given us on the show. We've absolutely loved your minis. We use them all the time.
Thank you very much, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So now, what exactly do you do for Reaper?
I'm the art director. So I get to work with the sculptors and the painters to design and create all the fun toys that we make.
That sounds like a great job. Now, how do you come up with your ideas?
Well, it's, kind of like throwing darts at a dartboard. You just sort of, you have an idea, you try it out, you see how it works. I mean, obviously there are, we have a lot of requests from social media and our forums, people asking for, dragon people or cat people or whatever it may be. The role players are our biggest group of customers, so we want to make sure that they've got everything they need to cover all their bases. But even then, it's really tough. There's a niche, a lane we like to stay in, but we like to sort of push every now and then to see if we can do some new stuff.
Very quickly, just walk us through the process of from, okay, here's the idea we have, to here's our final mini. How do you get there?
A couple of different ways we can do it. So if we decide, for example, we're going to do a bard, at that point we can go one of two directions. We can say, well, let's get a piece of concept art created, and so we'll contact our concept artist, whose name is Izzy Talon Collier, and we'll say, Izzy, we need a bard. I give her my input, like the bard needs to have a sword or a jaunty hat or whatever it may be. And then Izzy will design it, and then once we have the art, we'll send that to the sculptor, and the sculptor will pretty much translate that directly from the art. Now, the other direction we could go, I can just contact the sculptor directly without concept art and say, I need you to create a bard, make sure it has a jaunty hat and a sword, and then just sort of hope for the best.
When somebody opens a package and they have their mini in front of them, how long did it take you guys from deciding you wanted to create that bard to your customer getting the mini?
Well, for example, with the Bones line, it takes months, several months, from the time that we create it and it's sculpted and it goes, and the molds are made in China and they're produced over there and then shipped back over here. It takes several months. Now with a metal mini, we have turned figures around in weeks, a couple weeks.
Really?
The sculpture will come in, and we will press it, or we will print it if it's a digital sculpt, and we will take that and then make the molds here, and we can have production ready in days.
Do you guys ever then go to an artist and have them painted to see exactly the way you want it to be done, or are you done once you come up with the kind of the plastic mini?
We do get things painted. For example, I've got a piece here. This is one of our Bones 3 models. This is our Dagon model that we had painted by Michael Proctor. Painted this. Michael just sort of took this and just ran with it and gave it an aquatic color scheme.
Man, look at that. That is absolutely incredible. That's going to take up your entire game board.
And these pieces like that we'll use for marketing, box art, catalog art, things like that, advertisements and things like that. And then they go to our gallery where people can come in and take tours and check out the gallery.
So we are working on the Pathfinder Red Dragon, which has been a ton of fun, and hopefully I don't screw it up too badly, but I probably will. Now, it came in multiple parts when we got it, had to be assembled. So my question for you is, A, I guess, at what size mini do you determine it needs to be broken up into parts? And then B, how do you decide where to break it up?
Well, the Pathfinder Red Dragon was based on the Pathfinder core rulebook illustration by Wayne Reynolds. And so we knew it's a dynamic piece, and it wouldn't do it any justice just to make a flat figure. So taking the dragon, you know that you can't have the arm be in the way, the head with all these spikes. You have to take these things apart to be able to make a mold. Imagine if you have a toy soldier and you put it between two slices of bread and you squish it, and when you tear the bread apart, if any of the bread is stuck to the model, that's called an undercut. And so that destroys the mold, and you can't really do that. So
that is a really, really bizarre analogy that actually explained everything perfectly. Is there anything else you guys are working on, coming up with, about to roll out that you can tell us about that's not too top secret?
Do you want to see a kind of a sneak preview of one of the Bones 4 models?
Yes, please.
This is the Rock.
Wow.
This was coming for our Bones 4 project, and this is the digital print, actually. And we had parts of this printed and shown at ReaperCon, or excuse me, our Kickstarter countdown party, but we didn't have it assembled. But this is what he looks like assembled, and we're kind of tickled with it.
Man, given the opportunity, I could just totally screw that up.
Yeah, you could dry brush the heck out of this thing.
Well, thank you so much for helping us out here on Painters Guild, because man, you guys have given us so much stuff. We love your products. We use them all the time.
Thank you.
Absolutely incredible stuff. We hope maybe you can get out here sometime to Los Angeles. We can get to you guys in Texas there, because you've now been telling us about the Hall of Fame there, which we definitely want to come and check out.
And we have ReaperCon. We'd love to have you guys down for ReaperCon.
I'm sure we will definitely be doing a lot of stuff with you guys in the future, because it's been so incredible. Ron Hawkins, thank you
very much. Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
Now back to that handsome fellow who hosts the show with the paintbrushes. All right, so that was pretty cool, right? Learned a little bit about where they come from, how they're made, how they come up with the ideas. Now we are still base coating the base.
Base coating the base.
Which is
of course
kind of neat.
You base coat the base.
We're base coating the base, and we are going from here. I just painted the handle, by the way.
I just made a lot of...
No. See, to have a bet work, the other guy's got to go, you got it, I bet you. You can't just go,
there?
I bet you a lot of money. All right, I bet you a lot of money that you're going to use your water right now. Yeah, you owe me $1,000. See, that's not how it works. That's not how a bet works.
That's how betting works.
No. Well, if it does, then you got to come to my poker game. I don't even have one, but you owe me $5,000 just to sit down. There we go.
That's exactly right. How did you know?
Yeah, you wear sandals. It means you're a pretty easy mark.
With the socks, I feel like I'm a different level of hard.
You know what normally happens with people like that? They
What?
put on the socks, they put on the sandals, and then they ask if they can sleep on your couch. That's normally what happens with people with socks and sandals. And then most of your money is gone, and so are your jeans, and for some reason, most of the food in your fridge. Like, he took the food? Like, that's a socks and sandals.
Well, I had a friend one time when I was moving out. I had a pickle jar, and I really like pickles, and I had a half-eaten pickle that I had put back to save it, and he took that.
See, the thing about the story that you have in your head that made it interesting
Yeah.
was that your friend stole half a pickle.
Right.
The thing I heard was you saved half a pickle you ate. Who eats half a pickle and then puts the other half back? Who does that?
Well, I mean, like, maybe you want a little now and a little later.
I have so many questions. Was it your last pickle?
No.
Then why not just throw it away and start like a whole new pickle?
You don't throw a pickle away. Yeah, why would you do that?
I have so many questions.
Why would you throw a pickle?
I don't believe
good.
that story is true, because after telling me that, I don't believe you passed I had this friend.
No, when you eat the pickle and you get halfway through, the other half doesn't then become unwanted.
But if you had more pickles, why not just throw away and start over instead of putting a half-eaten pickle back in the pickle jar? How does that not contaminate all the rest of the pickles? Did you cut the pickle and put half back, or did you bite it and put half back?
I bit it.
You just ruined a whole jar of
You eat your
pickle.
pickles with a knife?
No, I finish an entire pickle, or I throw the half of the uneaten pickle away.
Well, I have commitment issues.
What?
I can't commit to a full pickle sometimes.
Oh man. You know what? You deserve to have that pickle stolen. You did. That whole thing that's just a weird story all the way around. That doesn't make your friend look bad. That just makes you look weird, for the record. And everyone here is nodding in agreement going, yeah, that just makes you weird. No one eats half John Vlasic doesn't eat half a pickle.
I'm telling
and put it away.
I'm telling you, and some pickles are bigger than others, so like.
Well, yeah, they're pickles. I mean, they're gonna range in
you
size.
mean to tell me
but
you're gonna take a barrel pickle, one of the big gargantuan ones, right?
Okay.
You're gonna eat like a quarter of it, and then throw the other. What's a quarter?
3/4 is the rest.
That.
Would then make a whole.
So you're gonna throw 3/4 of a pickle out.
A, I'm not gonna take a full barrel pickle if I don't want a full pickle. B, I'm never gonna eat a quarter of a pickle. Who the hell does that? And C, then I'm not gonna put the rest 3/4 of it back in the said barrel. None of that makes sense.
I would do all three. I mean.
Well, either way. Are we almost done here with the base?
I'm done. I'm waiting for you.
Are you? I think I'm
sitting here waiting for you.
Pretty much finished with my base. A little bit more here.
Yeah.
Well, I also don't want to make sure that I'm not hitting dragon by accident.
Yeah. I'm going in and just touching up while I'm waiting for you. I'm touching up some some of the.
I think I'm good. I mean, is this good enough?
Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely.
So I think this is actually a good place to kind of call it for a day and come
Sounds
back
good.
and I think the next time you're here, we're going to be able to finish this up, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Hit it with a wash.
Hit it with a
we'll
wash,
start
do
to
what we gotta
fine
do,
detailing
and
it
go from there.
And go from there.
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
come back and join us next week. We got one more to go on this amazing mini from Reaper. This thing's turning out really cool, so I hope you're sticking with us. I hope you're painting along. And remember, every true masterpiece starts with a single brushstroke. Thanks.